Awesome. Okay, so what's the point in today? Today is all about it's all about checking out our test, sort of having a review on that, and yeah, that's about it. So this week's tasks are pretty simple. You're going to watch this video. That's number 1 day. Watch this video, familiarize yourself with what we've been doing last term again. Task 2, have another go, day 2, task 2, have another go at the test. Make sure that you can get 100% on it based on referring back to this video. And then day 3, we're going to have sort of a review sort of worksheet to work on. Very similar to something else you've already done once before. So that's your 3 things that you're going to have to do this week with maths. So not a big deal. Think I'll get on to it though. So as you can see, I'm going to move the screen capture, window capture. Nope. Sorry guys, bit clunky. Move that a little bit so you can read the question. Window capture. Still getting used to this. But the question is, so just reading through here, Granddad has 6.4 meters of rope. He uses some rope to make a swing and has 3.9 left. How much rope did he use? So this is just a simple problem. What we're going to do is I'm going to tackle it using place value. And it's first thing. So he's got 6.4. Q1. How we use place value for this? Start with 6.4. And he's going to take away 3.9. Hopefully you can all see that. Should actually try writing in a darker pen. But, yep, so he's going to take away 3.9. 6.4, take away 3.9. So first step, what we're going to use is place value. So we're going to take away the 3, and then we're going to take away the 0.9. So 6.4, take away 3. Well, that's easy. That's 3.4. So 6 take away 3, basically. Now you've got the 3.4, you're going to take away the 0.9. Now this requires you to go over the decimal place. So if you struggle with this, I suggest there's a few ways you can do it. One, you can literally count back 9 individually, or you can count back 4 and 5, because 9 is made up of 4 and 5, and if you count back 4, that'll get you to 3.0, and then count back the next 5 will get you to 2.5, which is the answer. 2.5. How I actually do it is I use sort of a hybrid strategy. When it's so high like this, such a high number, 0.9, I just go, I'm going to round up. So I take that 3.4 and I take away 1. So I've added 0.1 to take what I've taken away. Okay? Because 1 is 0.1 more. So that gives me 2.4. And then I add that plus 0.1, which equals 2.5. So that's just a couple of ways you can get that. I'm just going to make that bigger for you so you can see my working now. So that's how I approached it. Pretty simple. I'm a pretty messy writer. Okay, so we'll go on to question 2 and then we'll do the working for that. Let's put that down. Question 2. So, we'll read it first I'll write down the key information, then I'll make my writing bigger again, because I realised that would make life easier. Question 2. Emily has 4.48 metres of ribbon. 1.6 is red, 1.95 is yellow, the rest was silver. Question mark, silver. How much silver ribbon was on Emily's gown? Okay, so this is a real simple one. So I'm gonna get you. So basically the process for this is we've got a question mark here because we don't know how much silver there is. The total is here. That's how much ribbon she has. So if we subtract these two amounts, the red and the yellow, from the total, we'll find out how much she's got. So you could do these as individual equations, but I actually prefer to add those two together and subtract. Okay? So let's do this. We'll start with 1.60. Now I'm adding that 0 not because it does anything, but because it means that I'm holding that place, which just makes it a little easier for my mind, and I'm sure it will make it a little easier for your mind. So I'm just adding these. I'm going to add them using, actually, the best strategy, because that's 1.95. Let's use tidy numbers again. 1.60 plus 2.0. Now I've added 0 plus, just writing a little note for myself, 0.05. To take that from 1.95 to 2, I've added 0.05. This just makes the addition easy. Now, so 1.6 plus 2, well, that's easy. That's 3.6. You could do it. You could just add it like place value. But it's a simple thing. Now, I've added to my addition, so I need to take it away. I have to so the actual answer to our original problem, I have to subtract 3.60, take away 0.05. That might be daunting for some people, but the way I look at it, I can look at it as place value. So I can't take away 5 from 0, but I can take away 0.05 from 0.6, or 5 from 60, which gives me 55. That's a little bit of a cheats one. Cheats place value, where you can't simply see taking away that from that, so you just grab them in two. Not recommended, but it works really well. So there we go, I've got 3.55. So now I haven't solved this problem yet, because this is the amount I'm going to subtract from 4.48. So 4.48 take away, just making sure I'm actually on the right, 3.55. Let's do that as place value. So first I'm going to take away the 3, so 4.48 take away 3.00 equals 1.48. Then I'm going to subtract the 0.5, sorry, take away 0.50. Now, this is where I get tricky. Can I take away 550? Well, can I take away the 5 from the 48? It gets a little tricky. So you're thinking, how can I do this? It's a good question. Work your way down. So, taking away, when you kind of know the answer, you just want to skip steps. But it's important not to. So, I'm going to show you how I think about it. I just pretend that it's 50 from 148. And I know the answer to that is 98. But so I know the answer is 0.98. But let's just process it, go through slowly. So I take away the 4 so I've got 0.48, so I'm going to take away 4 from it. That gives me, so I'm going to take away 4 from it, which would get me to 1.08, and 5 is 1 more than 4, so that gets me down to 98.98. You're having to basically take the 5 from 14. Thinking like, take away 5 from 14, which leaves you with 9, and the 8 stays there by itself. That's the best way of explaining it. You're taking away the 0.5 from 1.4. Think like that. That's not hard. And then you just put the 8 on at the end. Well, that was tricky for me to explain. So you're taking away the... yeah. Anyhow, now we just have to take away that last 0.05. 0.05. And that's easy because we've got 8 in that column. So 0.93. Because 8 take away 5 is 3. So that's the actual answer to question 2. 0.93. Okay. Sometimes when you're so set on using one strategy to show it, it actually makes your life a little harder. So just before I do anything crazy, I want to go to that 4.48 again, subtracting 3.55 on how I would really do it. 4.48 take away 3.55. I would use an algorithm for that problem because you're crossing decimal points in any way, so you might as well. And with an algorithm, you start on this side. 5 from, that's 3. 5 from 4, you can't do it. So you cross that out, you go 3, and then 5 from 14. 5 from 14 is 9. 3 from 3 is 0. Put the decimal place in. A lot easier way to approach that question. My ramblings through the place value were awful, to be honest with you. Anyhow, question 3. I thought I had a better way of explaining that place value for question 2 until I it started. Okay, question 3. So I'm going to scroll down and read it out. Okay, Emily lives, so has 2 parts. Now, depends on how you think, what problem you actually think's harder. We'll have a look at both of them. I actually feel like problem 2 was harder. The reason why is because problem 3, once it adds up, it basically is an absolute given for tidy numbers. So, anyhow, Emily has 4.1391 kilometres to get to school. Her first tank gets her 2 for 2.14. And her second tank gets her 1.5387. So this is the first problem. So this is how far she has to travel. She's had 2 tanks of gas so far. How far away from school is she? By the way, if you have to travel 413.91 kilometres to get to school, you probably should be going to a different school. That's equivalent to basically driving to Nelson from Christchurch. So, yeah, just to give you some perspective, the question is ridiculous. So, the easiest way to tackle these is, rather than doing multiple subtraction problems, is adding these together and subtracting it from this. Now, as I've demonstrated before with the algorithm, sometimes the easiest method is just to lay it out algorithm style. This question doesn't beg for place value because I'm carrying over, like that adds to 11, that adds to 9, that's all good, that's all good, that's all good. Actually, it's not bad for place value. So, yeah, I prefer to, let's tackle it as an algorithm. So we're going to do this. 4 plus 7 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 8 is 10. 10. Now we're carrying over that point. See how we're carrying over the decimal point? Then 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 3 is 6. 4 plus 5 is 9. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Now the reason why I said this is the easier question in my view is because I've been using tidy numbers for a long time, and that seems like in the 90s I'm going to use tidy numbers. So I'm going to show you how I use tidy numbers for this problem, which makes it super simple. 413.91 take away 396.01. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what the question's supposed to be. But what I do is I'm going to add 0.3.99. That makes this up to 400. 413.91 take away 400 equals a simple 13.91. Cool? 13.91. Now I have to add this 13.91 plus 3.99. Again, I could add 4 and then take away 1. So 13.91 plus 4, because I'm adding 0.01, plus 4 equals 17.91. And then I'm going to just simply subtract that 0.01. So 17.91 take away 0.01 equals 17.9. So if you've got a good handle on tidy numbers, that problem is really, really simple. And that's just the value in using multiple strategies. As you saw on page 1, where I was trying to explain the place value for question 2, it's like, it's hard to explain. And if it's hard to explain, it's hard for the mind to get around, you know? Whereas if you look at it in algorithm, it was like a piece of cake. And this problem, yeah, I used algorithm up here to add those numbers together because it was just, adding, simple. And like, I would have used place value if that hadn't gone over 10, I would have definitely used place value to add those up, because then I could have just gone 3, 9, 5, 9, and whatever that number added up to, just using place value. It's simple as. Anyhow, and the final question. I've run out of paper. That's great. Final question. Here we go. The final problem, trying to decide which one's easier, but I've already kind of told you that my opinion. But Ella loves her mother. She wants to I've already got something written up here. Here, right here. She loves her mother and she wants to make her dress. She has 53.53 meters of white ribbon. She needs 25 for the front, 17 for the back. She needs 21 for the hem, which is around the edges, I think, but I don't really know. And so it says right here, it says how much does she have left, or how much does she need to buy? Firstly, the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at that and I'm going, 25 plus 21 is 46. This is going to take me way over 50, so I know that she's buying Before I've done anything, I know that she's buying. Cool. So, I guess I'll show you how I tackle this. I haven't tackled this problem yet. I think it's the harder of the two. So what I would do firstly is I'd add all these totals together. So I'm going to add using, whoopsie, I better span this. I'm going to add these using algorithm. Reasons why I'm using algorithm. None of them are super close to full numbers. You know, this one's close-ish. I could add 22 and then subtract 0.16, but it makes life a little bit harder. And I'm always going over that, like those three add up over 10. That adds up over 10. That adds up over 10. This adds up over 10. Which means every time I'm doing it, you know, like, I'm going to have to reform everything. It's going to be if I use place value fully written out, it would be a whole page of working for the same answer. So I'm just going to use it this style. So 4 plus 3 plus 2. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 3, 11. I put the 1 down here and I carry the 1 up here. Simple as. 8 plus 7 is 15 plus 5 is 20 plus 1 is 21. Man, I hope... Oh, hang on a second. 15 plus 5 is 20, 21. 2 and 1. I just about made a mistake myself there. I was too busy talking and wasn't thinking about where my numbers were going. So 1, 1, 21. So the 2 goes up here and the 1 goes down here. Now I put the decimal place in. If my question has all 2 decimal places, my answer is going to be all 2 decimal places. That's a pretty simple thing. Okay, 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 7 is 14, 15. Carry the 1. Write the 5, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So I have 65.11 meters required. She has 53.53. Now, as you can see, if I'm looking at those two numbers, I'm subtracting that from that. Is there an easier way to do it? Not really. Place value is pretty easy. Let's do place value. 65.11. Leaving that, taking away the 50 equals 0.00 equals 15.11. Take away 3, take away 3.00 equals 12.11. 12.11 take away 0.5 is 11.61. Now again, you're subtracting over that decimal point, which is just, you know, a little bit of a pain. But if you think of it like subtracting from 12 and then add that 0.11 on again, that's how I thought about it. You know, so essentially what I was doing was I was going just over here. This is what my brain's doing. I'm going 12. I'm ignoring the 0.11 and I'm taking away 0.5, which is 11.5, and then I'm adding on the point plus the 0.11 again, which gives me that 11.61. That's just what's happening inside my brain, just so you can sort of get that. Again, it is what it is. And then now I've got this 0.003. Taking away from 1, I can't really, but we know that we can 58, because 61 take away 3 is 58. 11.58. Now, just to make sure that I haven't gone completely insane and led you off on a crazy path of destruction, I'm going to show you it in algorithm as well because it's super simple as an algorithm. For if you're thinking old school, some people think one way, some people think the other way. The only way that I wouldn't really see any value in for this one, can I read my own writing? I sometimes do that to myself. Better check that it is 53.53. Classic mistake from Mr. B and all messy writers is to actually read the question 53.53. Let's go to that and zoom in, make sure that those numbers are right. 53.53, 25.74. Oh, yeah, 17.53. I read that one right, and 84. Yeah. So, just advice for anybody who's a messy writer. Make sure you, do the problem, but then just quickly have a glance back at your actual question. Make sure that the numbers that you've read off your page are actually the numbers that are written there. I'm going to write that out again because it's unreadable. 65.11 take away 53.53. That very fact of messy writing cost me an excellence in maths in high school. And I'm still doing it wrong. Okay, so can I take away 3 from 1? No, I can't, but I can go make that a 0 and make that a 1. Can I take away 3 from 11? Yes, I can. That gives me 8. Can I take away 5 from 0? No, I can't. Can I take away 5 from 10? Make that a 4. And now I've got 10 here, and that gives me 5. Okay? 10 take away 5 is 5. Here. Can I take away 3 from 4? Yes, I can. That's 1. Can I take away 5 from 6? Yes, that is 1 also. And no, Mr. B, you got the same answer twice. Congratulations. I was just about having a panic then. Okay. So that's a long-winded breakdown of the whole thing. Good luck. Task for the week. Break it down. Go through the whole test again. Actually, let's turn this on to me. Your tasks for the week are, just to remind you, go through the whole test again after you've watched this whole video. Make sure you get every question right. Mark them versus my answers in this test. And then you've got one more sort of addition subtraction sheet to work on. And we're signed off for addition and subtraction, and we get on to multiplication and division. I know you all want to see that. Cool. Excellent. See ya.